Que bon Dieu ban moi un rêve pour moi retourner à Haïti et puis pour faire un bel travail pour bon Dieu là pour aider pasteurs à apprendre comment ils ont grandi l'église là plus bien et puis commencer un orphelinat tout pour Petit Goave parce que va gagner un ça dans ville Petit Goave là. These are fresh beans from the mountains, which voodoo is way more up in there, way worse up in there than it is in downtown. It's here too, but it's way worse up there. We had a parrot one time, somebody sold it to us, and we had a little cage Daddy built for us, and we kept it out here. The first time we got horses was up here because the mountains over here you see behind us, my dad started churches up in there, and so the only way he could get there and get back consistently was on horseback because the roads were so poor.
The reason that we came to Haiti is that Valerie's daddy, Fried Ware, needed to come home on furlough. And at that time, he had requested that please could someone come over and take their place for that year. Then we came home under Duvalier. And well, Terry came to me about 2 weeks after we were home and brokenhearted. And he said to me, Connie, I can't do it anymore. I can't play this charade anymore. I just can't do it. And he said, I have got to go back. He said, God has put those mountain people in my heart and in front of my vision all the time, and I've got to go back. Now, I'll say to you, most of these babies, they came to us 3 days old, 2 days old. Tishasha that was sitting here next to me was only 2 hours old when I got her. Missy comes from, I think there's 11 children in the family. The mother was the prominent, I guess is what you want to say. Well, when she gave birth to Missy, she died. The father was so upset about it that he buried Missy alive. The oldest sister dug her up and brought her here to us.
You know, a lot of the women die in childbirth there. I mean, there's kids everywhere, and it's a mess. Because they have no social system. They have no state involved in things like that. They have no foster care system. The location that we found is actually just a couple of miles from the church itself, but yet it's far enough out to where you have a great location. It's in a good neighborhood, it's in a quiet place. It's a big enough piece of property to where we can split it and build our orphanage, and I mean, really the sky's the limit.
Right now in my mind I'm seeing the orphanage home here. You know, I'm seeing all this land where the kids can be safe and play. I see a place for us to have livestock, you know, chickens and goats and even cattle, as far as just enough land to keep producing food, maybe even a couple of fish ponds that we could stock. And we've talked about the tilapia farms as a way to self-sustain. There's room for that. That way there's always food. It's also an opportunity for some of the folks in the church to come. We have room to make a garden. There's just everything you need. The asking price is $250,000. So what we want to do is we want to raise $250,000 and get the property, International Orphanages and Schools names, own it, and immediately begin to work on the property. Let's not just give, let's invest in some infrastructure. Let's find some guys that are desirous to rise to the top so they could help their people, because they'll do more to help Haiti than I'll ever do in a lifetime. They just lack opportunity. So our goal is to give them a base to really help them to help their own people, but then to see fruit that begins to produce fruit, that begins to produce fruit. And long after we're gone, there's a system in place to keep rescuing these kids, because as long as voodoo is so prevalent, there's going to be a need, because these kids are going to be abandoned, they're going to be abused, they're going to be neglected. That's just part of the voodoo culture,